Next up, we got the story of Corie Williams. Let's get it, nigga. So look, bro, you know what I'm saying? We got hood politics, you know what I'm saying? Adriannthakidd back in the building, man. Corie Williams, let's get it. Shout out DJ Ghost for the intro. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to Hood Politics. In this episode, I will be discussing an incident involving a woman named Corie Williams in the 1180 East Coast Crips, which is a gang located on the east side of South Central Los Angeles. The facts of the case are as follows. In 1997, the 1180 East Coast Crips were at war with the surrounding blood gangs.
Yo, guys, dang, bro. Like, all right, so Crip, blood, fried chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Included the Athens Park Bloods, the Miller Gangster Bloods, the Denver Lane Bloods, and the Bounty Hunter Watts Bloods. Many blood gang members rode the Route 53.
They're damn near surrounded.
High, which is a Compton high school dominated by Pyru and blood gangs. The bus's route went through 11-8 territory. The Bloods would shout insults and flash gang signs from the bus as it passed by, which upset the Crips, and they decided to take action. On January 15, 1997, a group of 11-8 Crips met up and planned to ambush the bus. Wilbur Pugh, also known as Lil Evil, was 20 years old at the time, and being an older member, he coordinated the attack. Robert Johnson.
You're 20 coordinating attacks, bro.
Was 20 years old at
I hope you're not in high school at that time, bro.
He coordinated the
I mean, don't make it better.
Robert Johnson, also known as Lil Bob or Baby Kiko, attended the meeting. He was 16 years old at the time. Nicholas Briggs was also at the meeting, but he declined to join the group in the attack because he had a court date, and 3 or 4 other Crips also attended the meeting. On January 16th, the group met up again, and Pugh led them to the intersection of Imperial Highway and Avalon Boulevard, where they waited for the bus. At about 3:30 p.m., the bus approached the intersection. A 17-year-old young woman named Corie Williams was sitting by the rear door next to her friend, an 18-year-old woman named Tammy Freeman. A 16-year-old young man named Tyrone Lewis was sitting behind the girls wearing a red Tommy Hilfiger shirt. When the bus pulled up to a stop, Pugh, Johnson, and the other Crips gathered around. Pugh and another Crip boarded the bus, while Johnson and the rest of the group stayed outside. One of the Crips yelled, "Slob on the bus," and pointed directly at Lewis, believing Lewis to be a member of the Bounty Hunter Bloods. The Crips began yelling, "This 11-8 East Coast Crips. Y'all got a problem with us? Fuck slobs. This BK all day." Pugh and the other man exited the bus, and Pugh shouted, "Shoot this motherfucker up," and Johnson put out a handgun and began to open fire into the rear of the bus as the group of Crips cheered them on and put out a...
Yo, so they're on the bus, right? So they're on the bus. Some Crips get on the bus. It's already some Bloods on there. The bus driver just doesn't take off, bro. Is the driver affiliated, bro?
The man exited the bus, and Pugh shouted, "Shoot this motherfucker up." And
That's
Johnson
crazy.
Put out a handgun and began to open fire into the rear of the bus as the group of Crips cheered them on. Inside of the bus, there was chaos as people rushed towards the front and hid under the bus seats. The Crips fled the scene. Lewis rushed to the bus driver with his shirt covered in blood, shouting, "Go, keep driving in case they try to get back on the bus." Lewis was uninjured, but Corie had been shot.
Damn.
A bullet severed an airway and blood poured from her neck. Another woman on the bus put her hand around Corie's neck in an effort to stop the bleeding. Corie was transported to King Drew Medical Center, where she was pronounced dead on arrival.
Damn.
She was shot in the shoulder, but she later recovered. Following the shooting, Pugh and Johnson fled to Milwaukee. A resident named Warren Hardy tipped off the police, saying he overheard several teenagers in the backyard near the site of the shooting talking and laughing about the shooting. When police arrived at the location, they found an arrested Briggs and a 16-year-old man named Randall Amato. Johnson was arrested in Milwaukee a week later and confessed to the shooting. Pugh was arrested in Milwaukee a year after the shooting. 3 other 11-8 Crips were also arrested, but were released due to lack of evidence regarding their roles in the crime. Briggs was later released as well. Amato, Pugh, and Johnson were tried together before 2 juries. One jury concentrated on Johnson as the shooter, and the other jury deliberated over the roles of Pugh and Amato as aiders and abettors.
All right, hey, I don't know how it works. If you're a minor, taking place in shootings and all that type of stuff, and you get caught doing it, what is the punishment? You know what I'm saying? Are you charged as an adult at that point? You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know. System's weird.
Which means to assist another in the commission of a crime. Several witnesses confirmed that Pugh led the attack and that Johnson had done the shooting, but evidence for Amato's role in the incident was limited. There were 2 witnesses that placed Amato at the scene. The first witness was John Grissom. Grissom was a high school classmate of Amato. He testified seeing Amato with a group of people at the intersection of Imperial Highway and Avalon Boulevard, running towards the bus stop. The second witness was Natasha Barner. Barner was Pugh's girlfriend at the time of the shooting and testified seeing Amato with a group of people crossing the street, walking towards the bus stop prior to the shooting. Warren Hardy was the key witness against Amato. Hardy lived less than a block from the intersection of Imperial Highway and Avalon Boulevard. He testified seeing a chubby boy with his hair in a ponytail, carrying a gun, walking with a group of teenagers towards Avalon Boulevard just before the shooting, which matched Amato's description.
I'm sorry, I'm not really talking. I'm trying to immerse myself in this story.
Down the street. The next night, Hardy testified hearing several teenagers behind his building talking and laughing about the shooting. Hardy said that he called the police, who then arrived, found Amato and Briggs, and arrested them. During the trial, Hardy could not identify Amato as the person he saw holding a gun, nor could he identify him as one of the teenagers he heard talking and joking about the shooting. Hardy said that he couldn't remember key details. The court saw that Hardy was reluctant to testify, so when LAPD detective named Michelle Esquivel finished delivering his testimony to the jury, Esquivel read the statement that Hardy made to the police to the court. After Amato and Briggs were arrested, a detective asked Hardy if they had the correct guys, and Hardy said yes. When the defense cross-examined John Grissom, Natasha Barner, and other witnesses, none of them actually saw Amato carrying a weapon or saw him near the bus. Witnesses testified knowing that Pugh and Johnson were members of the 1180 East Coast Crips, but none of them believed Amato to be a member, although he did have the nickname Bang. The defense attorney told the court that Johnson was raised in a broken home. His father was in jail for the murder of the defense, but none of them believed Amato.
It's like I understand what's going on, but I don't at the same time. So fuck it.
In a broken home. His father was in jail for the murder of a security guard at a Compton check cashing business.
Johnson, who at 4'6" and weighing 80 pounds, go by the name of Lil Bob. 4'6" gangster. Shooting shit up.
His mother was in
That's
and out of
crazy.
jail for burglary and other crimes. The defense went on to say that Johnson had been in and out of trouble with the law since he was 11 years old, and he was initiated into the 1180 East Coast Crips when he was only 12 years old. Corie's family spoke to the court. Corie was a fan of oldies music and horror movies. She was a senior at Centennial High and looking forward to graduation. At the time of her murder, Corie had a form to order her graduation gown in her back pocket. Corie's mother, Loretta, said that she felt unsafe with Corie walking the streets, and she believed that her riding the bus was a safer option. Bill Cosby reached out to Corie's mother after the murder to give his condolences. Cosby's son Ennis was murdered on the same day as Corie. Ennis was changing a tire on the side of a road in Los Angeles when he was shot in the head by a man named Mikhail Markisev in a failed robbery attempt. Witnesses that were on the bus during the shooting stand against Pugh and Johnson.
That's crazy.
And the prosecutor reiterated Hardy's statement against Amato. Ultimately, Randall Amato was sentenced to 27 years to life in prison. Wilbur Pugh was also sentenced to 27 years to life in prison.
What is... Hey, I'm probably going to look it up after this video, but like, what does it mean, like, to life? 27 years to life? Like, I don't know.
And Robert Johnson was sentenced to 35 years to life in prison. During the sentencing, Pugh tried to leave the courtroom, and Amato lunged at the prosecutor and had to be restrained. After the sentencing, the defense attorney discovered that Hardy was a Piru gang member and on probation at the time of his testimony. The defense told the court that Hardy wasn't a reliable witness because he's from a rival gang and because he may be earning favor with his probation officer by testifying. The defense accused the prosecutor of suppressing evidence that could have changed the outcome of the trial. Amato filed for a new trial, but his motion was denied. Amato took his motion to the Ninth Circuit Court, and after 15 years, Amato's conviction was reversed and remanded. Loretta went on to establish a scholarship fund in Corie's honor. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
This wasn't really the story of Corie Williams. It was kind of the story of like the area she grew up in, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That, like, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of hard to follow. You know what I'm saying? But R.I.P. to Corie, R.I.P. to Cosby's son. Yeah, man, stop the violence. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Hey, man, hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. If y'all did, make sure to leave a like, you know what I'm saying? Comment down below.